miss. First one was a hit, if you didn't see it or hear it. Two out of three. Three out of four. Point I'm trying to make is I'm qualified enough to at least give some advice. There was a guy on our Facebook page, Bushcraft and Survival UK. If you want to go and sign up, you haven't got to be from the UK. I do allow people to post YouTube content on there, but not if you're just flying by and never go on the page. I can see if you've commented and liked and posted before. So people who are just stopping in to plug their channels will have their stuff taken down. But if you like to contribute a lot to the page and you're engaging with other people, why not? But yeah, there was a guy on the page, I can't remember your name, sorry mate. I'll put it up here somewhere. But yeah, he asked me to do a slingshot tutorial. Slingshot shooting and catapult shooting isn't rocket science. It's quite simple in fact actually. You're not going to take away from the fact you're going to need to do a hell of a lot of practice, but there's just a few key components that will get your catapult shooting. You'll improve it rapidly anyway by following this method. He did ask me to do it with a Black Widow, but I didn't bring the Black Widow, but it's exactly the same. It's exactly the same. There's no difference between, there might be slight differences between catapults, but the actual theory is just the same. First thing, get your stance right, feet shoulder width apart or just above, in line with the target. So it's running straight through you, so your back foot and your front foot near enough in line with the target. Get yourself a solid base, you don't want to be all wobbly and whatever. But apart from that, you're looking for two main things, and another one isn't, well, it is just as important because you will miss, so they're all equally important actually. What you're looking for, basically, I'll start off with the one I said wasn't that important, but it's the way you hold the balls. You're going to get the balls in your pouch. Am I zoomed in at all here? Yeah, I am. It's come out a little bit. The ball's in the pouch. When you're holding the catapult, you want to be holding it like this, not like this, not like this, not twisted. Any of that, anything like this is going to put your shot miles off. Now I've actually said that, it really is important. You want it to come straight back, and when it releases it comes straight forward. Okay, you've got two other things here which are really important. You've got your reference point and your anchor point. Now your reference point can be anywhere on the catapult. Here are mine. This one I made myself. This is made out of a bit of Youngman board off of a mobile scaffold. It's really dense sort of marine ply. It was the second catapult I ever made. It's a TTF catapult through the forks. I don't like the ones where you shoot over the top, where the elastic comes over the top like a Black Widow, but even if you've got one of them, I shoot what they call gangster. Yeah, gangster, where you turn your hand round to the side, not like this. I shoot like this. I just find it helps line everything up a lot better. Okay, so whatever way you feel comfortable, you need your reference point. Now the reference point on mine is that divot on the top. See that? So when I pull the bands back over the top of it, I can see it just about. That's my reference point. That's my sight, my crosshairs. That's what I'm putting on the target. Simple stuff. But you need a reference point, and it needs to be consistent every time. If you start changing your reference point, it's going to throw everything out. Once you've got your reference point, you need your anchor point. By anchor point, I mean, where are you pulling the pouch back to? Okay, so when I shoot, my thumb knuckle, this knuckle, I put directly in line with my eye on my cheek. And if you move it 5 or not even 10 mil, 5 mil from side to side, you'll find out that your shooting will be off. I had a few practice shots to start with, and I was shooting to the left a little bit because you need to get a feel for it really. You need to, because you're not going to be able to pick up the catapult, if you haven't shot in a while anyway. If you're shooting every day, you probably will be able to, but pick up the catapult, get that thumb right in the exact place that you want it to be. So some people like to pull it back to their ear. They use the bottom of their ear as the anchor point, the top of the ear, bottom of the jaw. I put my thumb right in line. Is it in line? I've never really looked. It's not actually, it's a bit to the right, but I can feel it on my face. There, I feel my thumb on my cheekbone. I know that that's pretty much where it's got to go. The catapult shooting, slingshot shooting, is massively about consistency. It's about finding where the points are, paying attention to what you're doing with this hand as much as this one when you're shooting. When you get hit, logging that in your memory. Right, where was my anchor point and what did I do right there? So that is pretty much all there is to it, apart from a lot of practice to actually find these points that you're comfortable with. On a Black Widow, where the forks come up and bend round, I said I hold mine gangster to the side. I'll use the top of where the elastic joins onto the frame, the metal frame. That's my right down the middle. That's my reference point, and I can shoot as well as with a Black Widow as what I can with these. Black Widow is an excellent catapult to learn with if you're young or just getting into it. Doesn't put too much pressure on your wrist. You get a nice steady shot. The bands aren't all that. That's why I moved to sort of through the forks, or making your own one, because you can use these. I think these are, I'm not sure, I think they're GKZ China bands. I used to use the old TheraBand stuff, and you used to get the double bands, like 2 on either side. Mega, really powerful. I'm gonna blow its head off, sort of thing. But you lose accuracy. Catapult shooting, slingshot shooting is all about accuracy. If you're hunting squirrel or rabbits, I've taken out rabbits with headshots from a good 15-20 metres away. If you hit them in the body, you're just going to injure them badly. You're going to smash its ribs to pieces, probably give it internal bleeding. It's going to run off and be in a hell of a lot of pain. You need to be accurate. You don't need that much power for a 9mm ball bearing to smash a squirrel's head and kill it instantly. And with a rabbit, by the time I've walked over to them, most of the time they're dead with a headshot. If you get them in the right place, it's all about accuracy, so you've got to be consistent. So just to run through that again: reference point, anchor point, feet width apart, make sure you're holding that pouch nice and straight, find your anchor point, find your reference point, bring it back to the same place on your face every time. I'm just noticing my bands, I like, just as a rule, I like my bands to run completely down the middle of the reference point. So you have, sometimes when you put them on, you might need to move them around a little bit, but mine aren't actually that good, so I sort of have to pull it around to find the middle. But yeah, once you've got your anchor point, reference point, holding the pouch straight, and your body stance is in a decent position, you should get pretty consistent with practice. Just keep going.